I spent so much time and I spent so much money just buying art materials for my drawings at the art store. But then I started drawing with a pen, a very, very cheap pen. I feel like my drawings are even better now. The question is, are cheap pens great for drawing? Spoiler alert, yes. Of course they are. They're actually one of the best things for drawing, and I'm about to tell you why. Isn't it crazy how you can take an office supply and create something like this? My art teacher never told me about using pens to draw with. We always use the basic stuff like colored pencils, graphite, charcoal, even markers, but none of my art teachers informed me of using a pen to create realistic portraits or realistic drawings. I think it's a very underrated tool. Yes, I'm aware there are many artists in prison who draw with a ballpoint pen, and a lot of them are super talented. It's not really known in art school to use a ballpoint pen as like a tool to create fine art pieces. Versatility is probably one of the biggest things about drawing with these pens. They can do so much, and I didn't even know. I mean, I've had pens on me for a very long time. You have pens sitting around. I mean, they really work for your drawing. These pens can produce a wide range of effects from, amazing shading to clean line work. And it really does not matter which pen you use. I mean, some pen are maybe better than others for you, but they all pretty much do the same thing. Let me show you. Here's an example of using cheap materials. I have this big ballpoint pen right here. I have some random pens that I just found in some drawer somewhere. This one comes from Staples. It's Sonics. I don't even know what that is. And it's a gel pen, so it's not a ballpoint pen. This one is a ballpoint pen. It's like a regular cheap pen. And this one right here is a Papermate ballpoint pen. I prefer ballpoint pens. I don't usually use gel pens, and this is exactly why I don't use gel pens. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Let's just throw this away. And this is a ballpoint pen. I did not plan this, as you can see. This pen needs to go out. But this is another ballpoint pen. Hopefully this one works. There we go. Papermate is a great brand, just like Bic. Let's see. Wow, it draws really smooth. And this is on sketchbook paper too. It's not watercolor paper. Maybe I need to start using Papermate pens because I just really like how this turns out. This is not a sponsorship, by the way. I don't know any of these brands. I don't have any affiliation with these brands. This is just something that I just want to bring to you so you can have a good idea of the different brands, the different materials that are out there. But as you can see, this pen is really amazing and it's super cheap. I don't know the different types of pens they have. I just know that this one says it's a 1mm, and then this one is what I'm used to. This draws very smooth. Same with Papermate. And I feel like the Papermate lines are way more consistent than this Bic pen line. And you can see you can have two cheap pens right next to each other and one quality might be better than the other. Give it a try. Give these pens a try. If I ask you which one of these pens is Bic and which one is Papermate, you wouldn't know just based off of the lines itself. Like, they do the same thing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you can have really pricey art materials and then really cheap ones that pretty much look the same. Since these pens aren't specifically designed to create art, they are a little bit harder to use when you do draw. This pushes you to improve your art skills. I found my line work, my shading has improved since I've been using these pens in anything I do. If I'm drawing with graphite, I definitely notice a change within my graphite drawings. Or if I'm using charcoal or colored pencil, anything. Like, these pens really help me develop my skills and become a better artist all around. One of the biggest advantages of using these pens is accessibility. They are available almost everywhere, and you can get a whole pack just for a few dollars. This makes a perfect choice for artists who don't want to spend so much money on using expensive art materials or expensive pens, and you never have to worry about running out of ink. Can you believe there are pens out here that cost over $50 for one pen in the art store? One pen. You can go to Staples, you can go to Office Depot, any office supply store, and buy a whole pack for, really cheap. Or you probably have some, honestly. Like, everyone has them. I had them. That's how I discovered they were in my book bag. I had them in my drawer. This is the great thing about using this tool. You can use it anytime you want. It's not about the tools you use, it's about how you use them. It's all about how you use the tools. It does not matter what kind of pencil, what kind of pen you have. If you want it to work, you can make it work. Yes, there are better materials out there for you to use, but it's all subjective. If you can get it to work, then that's what really matters. Don't let the price of these materials limit your creativity or discourage you from creating art. Some of the best works are made with cheap materials, like it can be cheap paint, even cheap pens. Like, you can do it. Same with photography. I took a photography class in art school, and my photography teacher always preached that you don't need the priciest camera. You don't need the best Canon, the best Sony. What you need is the skills in order to create amazing and capture amazing photos. You can have a vintage camera from the 60s, 70s and still be an amazing photographer. People think it's all about what you use. It's how you use it. I love using pens. I'm sure you will too after you try it out. And I know you probably have some around you. Just look for them. Try some out and see what you think. I think they're very versatile and you can create amazing pieces with it. The thing with pen is that you can't really erase it, so whatever mark you put down on the paper, it causes you to make sure you put down a mark with intention instead of just putting it down just to put it down. This will really help you improve your shading and line work. I first discovered pen my sophomore year of high school. It was 2016, I believe, and I remember coming home. I was, social media scrolling through Instagram, and I saw this really cool artist. He drew with a ballpoint pen. So I told myself, why not try that? I want to try it because, I have many of them and I don't use them at all. So I tried it and then I fell in love with it. And ever since then, I've been practicing and getting my technical skills better, and I've been creating amazing works of art with just a ballpoint pen. You can do it too. All you need is the information and the skill, and that stuff can come easily if you know what you're doing. I've been drawing with pen for over 8 years, and I decided to put everything I know within a digital book. And my goal is to add value to other artists and to help them improve their art skills. In this book, I have so much information to get you started with drawing with a ballpoint pen. I had people reach out to me, and they told me that this book really helped them advance as an artist. Let me know what you would like for me to go over next. Thank you for watching.